Am I right, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
That means, as you
Shivam,
rightly,
तुम्हारा
sir, we are already Facebook Live, and
okay. Okay.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
Ayo.
This conference will now be recorded.
भेज दिए. Like.
Welcome to Dr. TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello. Good evening to Dr. Satish Ranjan. And I'm thankful to him
Very good evening.
in spite of his hectic schedule on our request, because we wanted to create awareness amongst the masses, the innocent citizens of every state in India, alike the world. And what a better way than having Dr. Satish Ranjan. Maybe he may be under due pressure as and when he receives my call, because he is the authority. If it is a vaccine, he is the molecular immunologist from Germany and who only believes in science, logical conclusions. As our show and our channel, Dr. TSPR channel, goes by, no enmity towards any individual, nor animosity towards any party or organizations. Issue is dealt as per rule of law, constitution, invoking evidential act. That is science. The morality behind this show and this channel is none other than guests like Dr. Satish Ranjan. Once again, I say namaste and salute them for their dedication, patience in educating people, including me and everyone. Again, welcome to this special show, sir. As we have announced,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
as we have announced, why this vaccine in such urgency? Even DCGI clearly, Drug Control got an organization, Pan India organization, clearly states that it is for restricted use in emergency situations. Does India, or for that matter any state in India, is it going through such emergency situation? Indian Council of Medical Research, Union Health Ministry, and all those scientific bodies, including Indian Medical Association, have to answer. Have they wrongly fed the executive, the parliamentarians? That is the reason why they are hurrying it through. Or who is behind this vaccine phenomena? Who have entered the Forbes list? Is it the pharmacy, the insurance? Now we have seen the agriculture corporate mafia. Because people are becoming healthy. We have seen North India is really very cold. Even from the place from where our guest Dr. Satish Ranjan is coming live is very cold. Just imagine the plight of our innocent farming community who are there in the borders of Delhi suffering in spite of this cold. They are fighting for this staple food, which is our identity, which is our recognition, and which is nothing but nutritious food, because of which they are all there healthy. Is there any iota of coronavirus spreading there? Is it not very clear that herd immunity has set in? Election after election, right from Bihar to Telangana to Kerala, three-tier elections. Festive occasions, I have told you, in Lulu Mall, have even complained they have not bothered. Such huge crowd. Is anyone falling sick? That doesn't mean that people are not exposed. That doesn't mean that coronavirus is not going to affect people. But what I mean to say is, the herd immunity has set in. People are become cautious and they have adopted as to how they should survive in spite of the season after the season. Summer, rainy season, now winter, and then spring. So, who is in a hurry? Is it the pharmacies behind vaccines? or this vicious nexus of politicians, administrators, blah blah blah, at the cost of precious human lives. What is happening across the globe? Messenger RNA, Moderna or Pfizer vaccines. Norway is the example. Even Israelis facial paralysis. We have exposed what messenger RNA can do. If you adopt that as a vaccine, untested, on December 22nd, with the participation of our guest Dr. Satish Ranjan, which was re-telecasted on December 24th, the same Dr. TSPR show, Dr. TSPR channel, we told you that day, this is going to cause immense damage to humans. The same thing is happening. Last show also, Dr. Satish Ranjan was very categorical and clear. He brought out Indian Council of Medical Research statistics to show the Bharat Biotech plus ICMR vaccine, Covaxin, could not even complete the third stage of trial. November 2020 till November 2021. The third trial has to go on. And how the hell you are going to impose this on people? That too when India is limping back to herd immunity. Still infections are happening. That means people are surviving, gaining immunity. Mind you, vaccine is for prevention. Vaccine is not medicine. Corona doesn't have a medicine. I think we'll hear from the guest. That is really bothering us. We have exposed Covaxin. Immediately there was a statement. They have made consent mandatory. Is it not third stage of trial then? Everyone has to answer. If something happens to humans, who is going to take the responsibility? Liability clause. Now they said we will compensate. Then why this mad rush at the cost of precious human lives? Again we are coming up with the Covishield. With the direction of Dr. Satish Ranjan, we have exposed it in the poster itself. Even Covishield, Serum Institute of India's vaccine, is supposed to complete its third stage of trial in March 2021. No one understands why only 7 months for third stage of trial for Covishield, whereas 1 year for Bharat Biotech. This is the ambiguity of Indian scientific bodies, which are supposed to come to the rescue of innocent Indian citizens, because everyone takes their salary from the taxes paid by the innocent Indian citizens. Are you not answerable? Where is the accountability? Where is the transparency? And who is going to be liable for all this? Is vaccine not prevention? Prevention means, is it not supposed to go through all those 4 stages of trial before it is termed as vaccine, with safety, efficacy, immunogenicity, etc., etc.? Then how is that this mad rush? The same thing is literally killing people across the globe in the form of messenger RNA. Then what the hell we are doing? We said DNA, live attenuated killed virus, may not be that harmful. May not be that harmful. But what if it damages? What if it causes? Already we have seen cases being reported across India. Because it is not from my side, I am going to show you. Babu, Deepo, I am going to show you from Deepo the headlines. Prime Minister says, don't believe in rumors. This show is not against the Prime Minister of India, nor for that matter anyone else. This show clearly exposes the ambiguity with evidences which are already on record. ICMR website, kindly go and check the Covishield and Covaxin. How can they play with human lives? What is this? Let me play some the official engagement with Indians. This is a display board across what's happening in just a second. And because even official aspects have to be played, and I'm trying to play that for you. There are so many contraindications for these vaccines. Vaccine is a prevention. This is the official version, mind you. I'm playing the same. Let people understand who is making our polity to make statements and what is in effect the fact. That is why we are just trying to play the fact once again. I hope I am very clear. They are making the polity, this ICMR, Union Health Ministry, and let me just reel out some statistics for you. I am a doctor by profession into journalism, and we have Dr. Satish Ranjan, one of the best molecular immunologists. We could not enter Forbes list. Now I am into journalism also. But the people behind vaccination, they have entered. God bless them. Let me just show you what they are. What is this vaccine science or vaccine Forbes? Forbes list. Just trying to, this is all official, in the official record itself. From their website I picked up. A rupees 750 crore home to a fleet of luxury cars. Aadhar Poonawalla owns these 5 most expensive things. Aadhar Poonawalla is amongst India's richest individuals who have worked round the clock to build their respective empires. He is the CEO of Serum Institute of India, a vaccine manufacturing plant that produces vaccines for measles, polio, tetanus, and now also coronavirus, and has helped scale its operations globally. That's why we are showing you. These are the 5 most expensive things owned by Aadhar Poonawalla. 750 crore home in Mumbai, which neither me or nor Dr. Satish Ranjan even can dream of. Rolls Royce Phantom, upwards of rupees 8 crore. A fleet of Ferraris that cost upwards of multi-crore rupees. The Grand Aadhar Abad Poonawalla house in Pune. A customized Mercedes that looks like the Bat Mobile. My goodness. Let me just show you the wealth behind vaccines. Poor stray dog, see. I'm just showing you from their official website the vaccine wealth, what it can do. Can you imagine? That is why our topic is why this urgency? In whose benefit? Where is the liability clause? Honorable Prime Minister's under his this thing again, they had released an ad of contraindications. Why not the company? Why not the company take the liability? If it is sure of no side effects, no ill effects, and how can they become so rich? That is why I am trying to show you all this so that the common man can understand, the commoner in every state of India, because it is our taxpayers' money which has gone into research and everything. See the spectacle. See the spectacle. He is the CEO of Serum Institute of India. Should we feel proud that he has entered Forbes list because of these vaccinations? Just check. And then, before I go to our honorable guest, I have another one. So this is the last one, because until and unless you show these to the people, I've shown you what they have been doing. This also I'm just trying to play the ergonomics of the wealth which I wanted to show you, but unfortunately I'm not able to play that video. And today's headlines and yesterday's headlines also in our national dailies clearly showing that there was a problem after administering these vaccines. Adverse reactions have taken place, some got hospitalized. Now where is the transparency and accountability? Now let me start with one pointed question of our people. Sir, they have been asking me whether or not these trials include the third stage, include even placebo along with the medication. First, let me start with this question to you, sir. They were asking me to put this, whether the third phase of trials also will not have a placebo besides the actual content of vaccine in the third stage of trial.
Yeah. See, in real science, when the trial of vaccine goes on, yeah, always there is a placebo control. Yeah, this is a control group is always included in the trial. But as you already know, that when we did our show, the very next day there was an article published in Times of India, and then whatever we have discussed, that was officially accepted by the government. Yeah, and they have already stated that this Covaxin will be given in a third trial phase. Yeah, so because there is no trial data, third phase trial data, so this will be given in a clinical phase 3 clinical trial mode. Yeah, so this is something what we have been talking, and then the government have officially accepted. So this is something come to as a relief for me. At least government has accepted that this is something even in a trial mode. So now the question is, if it is in a trial mode, then the placebo control should also be included simultaneously. Yeah, and you know the consent form is there. Do you remember? Do you have to sign any consent form for any vaccine before in your life? Never. Yeah, because all vaccines have proven their trial, and then they have been launched as a scientific product, not based on the assumption and not based on the reputation of any company, whether it is Serum Institute or Bharat Biotech. Yeah, companies are very good. They have been manufacturing. Serum Institute is the largest manufacturer of the vaccine in the world. Yeah, that's something different. Yeah, but they also have to follow the complete scientific procedure, because this is a scientific product. Yeah, it should be launched after the completion of the phase 3 trial. So you have already pointed out that this Serum Institute vaccine, the Covishield, has also not completed the trial. I have given you the link
Yeah.
where everybody can check it. So here we don't know exactly what the government is doing and how the vaccine, if they are going on trial, then I think they have not openly exposed it, but I think some placebo controls are all must be included or is going on. Yeah, all those who are taking the vaccine by consent, they are given the vaccine, and I think there are some more group, they are without given any vaccine, or they are given outside this trial mode, so they should be considered as a placebo control, because without this placebo control you can never conclude that your vaccine is really efficient and it's safe. So I think this is not officially declared, but unofficially it would have been going on.
So they were asking me the pertinent. So in all those, in the frontliners, the most respected receive placebo, other innocents, they have been put on trial. Where are the politicians? Where are the ministers? Where are the administrators, IAS and all? Why they have not come forward to take this? And innocent warriors,
So they have a very
yeah.
they have a very good reason to say that you are at the high risk, so you should you should take it first. Yeah, so they have a very good reason to say. And these other class that you have talked about, they are not at high risk because they don't come into the contact with the patient, and they don't come into contact with the hospital guys, so that's why they have a very good reason to say. Yeah, and
Elections were held, sir. Elections were held. Elections were held. People are visiting malls, celebrating festivities. Politicians, administrators are there everywhere. How could they escape now?
So so exceptions applies to them. So they can apply self exception to themselves. Yeah, unless and until they get sick, so they can apply self exception. And if something I have to escape, I have to get a good logic. Yeah, that I'm favoring you. Yeah. So this is like that. Yeah, I'm favoring the frontline warriors, but I will not take the vaccine because I'm not sure whether it's effective or not. Because you undergo the third trial after the outcome. You see in the article, many doctors have clearly stated. Yeah, the people should have given a choice. Yeah, that either you take this or you should take it later when you have the data of the trial. Many doctors have said like that. Yeah, but unfortunately there is nothing like that, so this all is happening. So they are showing it as if they are doing a great favor to our country. Yeah, they are doing a great favor, they are taking great care of the frontline workers. Yeah, and they are getting themselves as a self exemption, some class which is self exemplary from the COVID-19. Yeah, so this you understand, this is well understood to the people. Yeah, we can't we don't want to be political. Yeah, we have to be scientific, so people should understand. Yeah, so this is something like that. But in reality now the government has openly accepted that the consent, you have to give the consent. The moment you have to give the consent, it means there is something that will happen. Yeah, that is not sure about, that's why you are given consent. Yeah, otherwise do they take consent for polio vaccine? Do they take any consent for any other vaccine? No consent is taken because it's already proven. So this product is not proven. Yeah, that's why you remember we have talked about mRNA vaccine. We have very clearly, categorically said these are the 6 possible effects which could happen. And now you see it's happening in reality. 23 people have died in Norway, and many people have suffered facial paralysis. Many people have died in US. All this coming out. Yeah, so that's the big problem with the mRNA vaccine. And I have heard that in some countries the vaccination program will be now hold because of this kind of severe side effects. What was the why 23 people have died? Why they have lost their life? What was their fault? Nothing. But they have lost their life in Norway just because of this vaccine, unproven vaccine. So same thing. I mean, in India, if it is said no problem, we are not against vaccine, we are not against any authority, we want to save the life. Yeah, vaccine is for prevention. Yeah, and a vaccine is given before a disease really happens. Vaccine is not a medicine. Medicines are given for treatment. Yeah, so if you suffer from some disease, then vaccine will not work. Vaccine is given to prevent the disease. Yeah, and if the vaccine have even minor chance or minor percentage of causing the disease itself, then the vaccine is not safe. And in addition, if it causes severe side effects and it causes death, then this is more fatal than the disease itself. And if the number will increase, that more and more people are dying, then the people will give up. Nobody will go, and they will be happy that natural death is better than dying by getting a vaccine. So don't then the the trust on the vaccine will be questioned. So this is not about this vaccine. The science of vaccine will be questioned. The people who have developed this science, they have given their life. Yeah, you remember Edward Jenner, how he invented the science, how he found the science of the vaccine. Yeah, so these are very genuine science. Yeah, and if you lose the faith of the vaccine, then next any pandemic will come, and even a genuine vaccine will come. People will not trust it. So you will not lose only this time, but it will set an impression in the mind of the people that the vaccines that are generated in so hurry are not safe. And even if safer vaccine will come, people will question it. And in India, these kind of things remain for a longer time. So even then, it will be a bigger problem for future. So here we have to be really cautious. We have to understand not only the present outcome, but we have to also think about the future outcome. Yeah. So that's why we are not against this. Just complete. So in the law also, what is it? Complete the due process of law. Nobody is hanged before a completion of the due process of law. So this is also a scientific product. Vaccine is a scientific product. Complete the scientific procedure that has to be followed, and then come out with the why. Go to this Times of India article. They clearly say there is no data for Covishield. Covishield has also not been completed the trial. So there is no why. 2 months, India has already faced the alarming situation. Now the situation is not so alarming. You can easily wait 2 months. Wait for 2 months, get all the data, and then nobody will have this kind of problem. If the vaccines are still really safe and the vaccines are really effective, India can wait for 2 months. There is no urgency. Mr. Poonawalla can launch it after 2 months as well. No problem. Nobody will ask the question. But this will really create a big trust issue in the vaccine, not only for now, but for future vaccines as well. So this is something I don't want to happen. But unfortunately, it's happening. And now you see the outcome of mRNA vaccine. I hope this vaccine, the Indian vaccine, does not come out to be that fatal. But even if it will have a lowest fatality rate, then it will be very dangerous. It will set a very dangerous precedence for future pandemic and for future disease.
So you made your point it very clear. In law, due process has to be followed. Why not in vaccine science? There are stages of trials, efficacy, safety, immunogenicity, and after that again contraindications, and after that again they will take the present situation which is prevailing in the state or country or in the world before it is fully termed as a vaccine. And why this vaccine? To see that no human life is lost. It acts as a prevention, not a medicine. So when such is the case, how is that these people have been rushing it through? And when DCGI, the premier organization of India, which controls, they just give a one-liner: restricted use and emergency use. Now this restricted use and emergency use, our Union Health Secretary and all the corresponding chief ministers, chief secretaries of every state should answer. Is there any restricted use or emergency use for this vaccine trials? It has not, many have been going back. This show is not to discourage anyone, but we are talking about science, the science which should be accountable, the science which should be not just accountable, it should be transparent, because it is dealing with human lives, not machines. They have to understand, not just by churning out one vaccine, you want to enter the Forbes list, enjoy the riches. And believe me, let me make it very clear, because of this pandemic, year long, no one across the globe could venture out and take succeeding vaccine shots, scheduled shots also. But still, are they not healthy? When they are healthy, when there is gaining herd immunity momentum in India, the second phase is happening in US and Europe, because they were trying to protect human lives, precious lives. That is why the exposure is very minimum, even if it is taking long time. But unfortunately, in the form of mRNA, Pfizer and Moderna, what is havoc it is creating there. Now, what about the situation here? Because let me just read an excerpt from a gentleman who is widely circulating. mRNA technology is not a tested one. The technology used in Covaxin is DNA based inactive virus. As the virus is already inactive, dead, no chance of side effects. Though the virus is inactive, the human body identified it's all okay. As it is DNA based, they say 80% capacity to face any variant strain and all. It has only 8 to 9% minor side effects as against 65 to 70% side effects of other vaccines. But 8 to 90% in a population of 130 crores, why should even a one innocent should die? Why should he sacrifice? If it is a clear science, if it is efficacious, if it is safe, if it can arouse immunogenicity, why should one precious life should be lost? Kindly think. What if we lose our near and dear ones just because of this vaccine? What if it really disables our near and dear one just because of this vaccine? Kindly understand. Let us not get into these types of discussions. Then coming to Covishield, it uses mutated virus extracted from COVID-19 virus, not COVID-19 live viruses, to give impression on human body that COVID-19. They say another essential element of both the above vaccines is that they both create T cells to sustain potency of human body to fight against the virus for longer periods. Unlike antibodies which survive comparatively for shorter period, this is doing rounds. I think I have sent it to you. How do you react to this, sir? How do you react to this? Because people have been just spreading it across without understanding that every vaccine has to undergo these trials, 4 stage of trials. Only then, through science and contraindications are also now, they are also again releasing it with the poster of Honorable Prime Minister. Very shocking state of affairs. How do you look at this?
See, for me, these kind of messages are meaningless, So I believe in the scientific data. Yeah. So where is the how you have concluded that it has 80% capacity to face whatever you say? How you have concluded this? 80%. Imagine that out of 120 people are vulnerable for a severe adverse effect or severe adversity. Then this ratio of vaccine is not acceptable to anyone. 2 to 3% will be okay because no vaccine in the world can be 100% safe. Yeah. But 2 to 3% that to lead to minor adversities is acceptable. Yeah. But 80-20 ratio, what you are talking about? This is simply, how he can circulate these kind of messages, I don't know. Where is the references? Where are the references? Where are the data? Which scientific data have you, from where you have got this data? That you have only 8 to 9% minor side effect. And how you can claim that other vaccine have 65 to 70% side effects? What you are claiming that other vaccines are mRNA vaccine. So mRNA vaccine have 35%, 30 to 35%. What you are talking about? How you can claim that your vaccine is so safe? You have only 8 to 9% minor effect. Another vaccine have 65 to 70% of side effect. So this is something dangerous. If other vaccine will take up this seriously, they can drag you to the court. How you can make this kind of conclusions? And this is something like cheap advertisements, yeah. That my product is better than the other, my soap is better than the other soap, it gives more whitening, something like that. So vaccine is not a soap or something like that, and you cannot come out with this kind of, for me, these kind of data are simply, these are the real rumors, which people should avoid. These are not scientific facts, these are not scientific. Data has not been published. ICMR say trial has not completed. The CEO of Bharat Biotech has said trial has not completed. Then how do you conclude that your vaccine is 80%? This is completely fake. The manufacturer of vaccine, they are saying we have no data of phase 3 trial. And how can someone come out with this kind of data and they say that this vaccine is this much percentage safe and this vaccine is this much percentage better than the other vaccine? How you claim this? This is real rumors. These are the real rumors, and these are really creating confusion in the mind of people. Tomorrow somebody else will come and he will give us some another data. No, this vaccine is, I mean, on what basis you conclude this? Where are your scientific publications? Show us. And on what basis you are saying that the other vaccines are having such a low efficiency? Then what you are saying? Then have you manufactured this vaccine yourself? How do you come to know that their vaccine having 65 to 75% adversaries? So this is, for me, these are completely meaningless. No science, complete rumor, and completely false. Why? Because there has been no data published scientifically. ICMR has no data. Bharat Biotech has said no data. The third trial has not been completed. Government of Maharashtra openly have published the article in Times of India. They have openly accepted that this will be given in a third trial. Then where does this kind of message and this kind of data stand? No way. No way. So you can simply outrightly reject all these, and these are the real rumors. These are the real rumors which people should not trust. People like me will trust only on scientific data, and we can educate people only based on the data. Science does not run on assumptions. Science does not run on reputations. Whatever reputed scientist a person will be, but when he is developing a scientific product, then his reputation does not matter, his scientific product matters. And the scientific product will have to be complete the procedure, the scientific procedure, the established procedure that we say. There is no shortcut in that, because this is not something that if you eat, it will be less tasty or more tasty. It's not about the taste. It's going to interact with your immune system. And if your immune system behaves adversely, then you will have adverse effect not only for this, but also maybe for other diseases. Maybe your immune system is altered and it will react against your own body, and you will develop autoimmune kind of disease. Then what do you think? What will be the situation of a person? So this is something people don't understand, the common man don't understand. So these are the rumors which must be taken strictly by the government, and these kind of people should be tried. That on what basis you have put this data when there is no data even by the manufacturer, and what basis you are promoting your vaccine and you are countering the other vaccine. So these are complete meaningless and rumors. These are the real rumors which the government should come out and they should say that people should not believe in these kind of rumors. For me, this is something like that. I cannot be more categorically on this.
Yeah. I just wanted you to be like that because you are a science man, and I want people to hear from you as to what is happening and why they should be spreading such. And not only that, before I go to your exclusive analysis which you are going to present at the end part, how do you take this such advices or advisories by Rajesh Bhushan, Union Health Secretary, and all blah blah blah, with those organizations stating that Covishield and Covaxin are very safe? If they are safe, where is the data? Why ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, is not showing first stage or second stage data, including the third stage of trials data? And why is that Covishield has got only 7 months to prove in the third stage? Why Bharat Biotech 1 year till November 2021? Even that data also, why it is not there? Why they are trying to say, why some are saying that they want to take only Covishield and they are discriminating against this? Don't you think both are into third stage of trials and both have no data in the public domain? Because it is public money for public health.
I mean, scientifically, they are at the same stage of development. Unless and until the product is final, when you have a complete scientific data, not only data, that data is peer reviewed and validated. Yeah. So it has to be peer reviewed by scientists. Some scientific body will be there. They will review it, and if the data has some kind of discrepancy, or if the scientific body will believe that this data is not sufficient, then they have a complete right to ask the manufacturer to extend the trial or to come out with the data which is missing. So unless and until this procedure is completed, no vaccine should be assigned as a vaccine. vaccine under trial. It's as simple as that. This is vaccine under trial, and the trial is being done live on the people of India. So this is what really happening, and what we have said in the last time, and what now the government has accepted also. So, and nobody has the authority to tell you the truth. Nobody has the authority to claim about the efficacy and the safety of this vaccine unless and until it is scientifically proven. Doesn't matter who is saying, the highest authority of the India or the government body or anybody. They are not the developer, they are not the scientific man who are developing this vaccine. The CEO, the company, the CEO of the Bharat Biotech, he himself has said that the phase 3 trial data will not be available until March. Then what more you want to hear? The person who is developing the person company who is developing the vaccine, he himself is saying in his last press conference that we will don't have data, the phase 3 trial data until March. Then it's simply why you are promoting. I don't know why they are promoting, but nothing to believe. Their points, nobody. They are just saying as a layman language. This is just a layman language. This is not a scientific language. And because they are from the highest authority, so they have reached to common man. Everybody will listen to their press conference, and they can influence the decision making of the people. But at the other hand, the manufacturer, the CEO of the manufacturing company, is saying that we don't have the trial data. So this is something embarrassing for them. This should be embarrassing to them, yeah. And they should not come out with this kind of open statement that it is as safe and as efficient. Nothing like, unless and until it's proven. I mean, anybody can take them to the court also. That how do you say this? What is the basis of saying? Can you prove me? And then they will have no data, nothing to prove, and then they will escape that in the larger interest of the public we are making such statements. That's as simple as that. But these are not scientific. They are completely not non-scientific, rather dangerous. They should caution the people. Okay, we are still waiting for the data, yeah. And because of this emergency situation, the emergency situation should be defined. What kind of emergency situation India has now? And that should be convincing in emergency situation. They should come out with a proper full situational analysis that this is the situation, this is the prevailing situation. That's why this emergency situation is there, and that's why we are allowing the restricted use. But this also holds meaningless. Restricted use in emergency situation. So where is the emergency situation? This has to be properly analyzed, and the government should convince that this is a really emergency situation, and that's why we are giving it in a restricted mode. But the permission was taken in this headline: restricted use for emergency uses. But there is nothing, no emergency situation is explained. Rather, they are trying to influence the decision of the common man that this is safe, completely based on their opinion and on that track record of the company. But this is not how the scientific products are working. Scientific products are launched only after the completion of call it due process of science, not the due process of law, but the due process of science. And this includes trial. And this includes the peer reviewing of the data. And unless this is done, anything, whatever you say, is not acceptable to scientific. Why the experts are questioning? Just because of this. And the government has full right to speak in a layman language. So this should not happen, and they should feel embarrassed that the manufacturing company is openly saying something else and you are saying something else.
And the other aspect, the Covishield touts Oxford AstraZeneca. Do they allow Britishers in their land? Do they allow such type of vaccination to be inoculated or injected to their citizens?
I mean, most of the European countries, they don't allow. They in Germany, I'm 100% sure a country like Germany will never allow, and the citizen of Germany will never take anything which is non-scientific and which is not proved. And the government cannot pass this kind of statement that this is safe, just take it. This is completely nonsense for them. Yeah, and the government people will sue the government. Government will be sued in the court. because you are saying some, and do you think the Angela Merkel, she is a scientist herself, she will never come out with this kind of statement. She can request the people, she can humbly request the people to be more precautious, but she will never pass this kind of statement, being a scientist herself. She understands the science, why she has taken such a harsh decision, and why Germany was one of the safest country in the first phase, because of her scientific understanding. And the man who is dealing the COVID situation, the Robert Koch Institute director, yeah, he clearly stated this. Why? What the Germany has advantage? The biggest advantage Germany has in the handling of this kind of pandemic, or was having this lady as a chancellor, and scientific lady as a chancellor. So she understands the science behind it, and she understands the what kind of intervention and at what time intervention has to be done. And that is why
So your voice has been lost. That is why from there I think your voice is lost. Again we are back with the same hobnobbing by these great technocrats, the technology investors. Again in between the same hacking goes by our technologies. You said that is the reason why. 1 second, sir, 1 second. My audio got off now. Shame on Kerala Vision and the technology. It's a prepaid one. How they try to interfere with the live telecast on such an important matter concerning public health with public funds. It's a shame on this technology on Kerala Vision and how they try to hack and interfere. It's nonsense, Dr. Satish Ranjan. So you are talking about the chancellor being a scientific lady. She will never make such statements of advising people to go for vaccine. That's when it got interrupted.
Yeah. But I think I was live. I have clearly made the statement. Yeah, the country. Why the biggest advantage of Germany was to have this kind of lady, and that's why you see when the first the pandemic, in the first phase of pandemic, yeah, or the first cycle of pandemic, people in Europe were dying, but Germany was one of the wonder country where least people have died. Least people have died. Why? There was something different in Germany, and this lady was one of the guy who was doing the wonderful job. She has left it to a scientific body called Robert Koch Institute, and the scientific people were there, the decision maker, and they took the right decision in spite of all the pressure from other sources. But they have never succumbed to it, and they have taken the right decision in the interest of the public health and the interest of the life of the people. And never such kind of exercise will happen in Germany, what's happening here. Unless and until things are proven, well established, nothing will be launched. They don't even allow to launch a food product without proper validation and something like that. So how, do you think a product like vaccine will be launched without completion of the trial? Never it will happen. Never it will happen.
Now, I ask you a straight question. You are an immunologist based in Germany. Punewala exhorts himself alongside the picture of our honorable Prime Minister, stating that he is giving it free of cost as if he is doing a charity, without even the third stage of trial still to be completed. There is no data of Covishield in ICMR website itself. That is there. I have already played it in the poster itself. Can he dare to do the same in British, from where he touts to have that AstraZeneca, that virus which he is trying to promote here in the name of vaccine? Can he dare to do it in Britain?
I mean, no country, no educated country, or no country having a complete scientific leading, I will say, yeah. If the country has a scientific lead, no country will do it. Without trial, I told you, country like Germany will not allow you to launch even a food product. Without food safety, all norms are completely validated. You can't imagine of launching even a single food product without the completion of even the vegetables. They have to undergo proper screening and everything. Yeah. So this kind of thing, this kind of exercise will never happen. Never happen in an educated country and in a country where the scientific advisories are given the greatest importance. Here in India, there is no value of merit of science. I have been talking to Bihar government, but I am sorry to say that even the minister or whoever I have met, they have least interest in any scientific intervention to deal with any kind of problem. You know, this is the pandemic because this pandemic is communicable. That's why people are worried about. But India is going to face two pandemic in future. The non-communicable pandemic India is going to face. The first one is antimicrobial resistance, about which we have talked about a few months back. Yeah, the antibiotic resistance. So this will be the biggest pandemic in India, and the second will be the mental health pandemic. And the major cause will be the sound pollution and all the stress factors, the man-made disasters. Yeah, so these non-communicable pandemic will happen in India. I am trying to make them aware that whatever you can do to reduce the risk, please try to do it. But they are not willing to listen and they are not willing to understand. So this is the situation of scientific advice in India. So do you think any scientific advisory will succeed even in vaccine or any kind of this kind to deal with this kind of pandemic? I am not very much hopeful. I am not very much hopeful.
Very sad
I'm going back.
Very sad state of
I'm
affairs.
going back.
Very sad.
I'm going back with so sad state of affairs in my state, and similar situation is prevailing more or less in the other states as well.
Very sorry
I'm
state
trying
of
to I'm trying to make them aware that please do something. These are the man-made disasters, yeah, and you can do at least something to reduce the risk factors, but they don't understand what is this factors, and they don't try to understand that this will be happening in India. This kind of pandemic will happen in India, and India will have a severe health crisis. They are not trying to understand it. So then I have stopped entertaining anybody. That's why.
Yes, you have been playing advisory role to Parliament Consultative Committee also, but very short and sordid affairs in India. They don't have value for lives. People have to understand now. The are precious. It is our tax money which runs the government, and how dare they don't involve people, and they don't care about the precious lives, and they don't care about the present and future. This is absolutely trash. No one should. That is why we are trying to educate people, create awareness without enmity against any individual nor animosity towards any party, but with scientific evidences. Bharat Biotech CEO on record, third stage of trial. Now, consent mandatory. Is it a vaccine then? Now you have to understand where is the liability and where is this urgency or emergency. The second aspect now, Covishield, Oxford, AstraZeneca. Can Punewala, Serum Institute of India, can he do the same thing in Britain, sir? Straight question. Has Covishield completed third stage of trial, and is it ready to be accepted as a vaccine? As someone says, we don't want Bharat Biotech Covaxin, but we want Covishield. What is that?
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Oh, there again. I said, can Serum Institute of India, Punewala, can he do the same in Britain, from where he borrows all this from Oxford, AstraZeneca? Can he just go there without trial, third trial, and can he just vote stating that I am giving you this free of cost? And when Bharat Biotech is already on record stating that third stages is yet to be completed, consent form is needed, and who is liable for all this if something goes wrong?
Yeah. Britain was today severely criticized because of their vaccine approach. You know what they were trying to do? So this vaccine has to be injected in 2 doses. Yeah. So what they try to come out that let's inject 1 dose to everyone, yeah, so that somebody will have some kind of immunity, and rather than having few percentage having complete immunity. Then the entire scientific body across the globe severely criticized them that this is not a science, this is completely nonsense. This is West cruelty, they have termed it. Yeah, this is complete misunderstanding. So something I don't know. There is some connection here. Some nonsense even happened in UK as well, yeah. But this kind of trial will definitely will be not as public as in India. Nowhere in other well-educated country where the scientific thoughts prevail, yeah, where the scientific guidance lead the government of the country, no government will do such kind of exercise. Yeah, whatever may be the reason and whatever may be the, they have to in India also. If you say it's for restricted use in emergency situation, you have to define this and you have to convince the people of the India, yes, there is an emergency situation and here is the emergency situation, and that's why we are using it in a restricted form, and that too in a trial mode. But this is missing. You say, but in reality, this is missing. So this is the, in India, it's very easy to deviate. In India, it's very easy to mislead, and everything is happening. I have thought that this pandemic will be an eye opener for the government, for the state government, for the central government. And the government will truly reform their scientific institutions as I have recommended them. And many people have retweeted the Prime Minister of India, please do as I have suggested. And the extended form of this recommendation has been sent to the parliamentary committee, where I have clearly stated how India can be safe for future pandemic. Prime Minister himself has stated this is a biological war. And if he said this is a biological war, then why it has happened? Where were your biological intelligence? So all this I have given, this I cannot talk in public. So that's why I have given it to the parliamentary committee, that what kind of institution and what kind of intelligence institution you need to set up to prevent future. Why I am saying antimicrobial resistance will be a big pandemic, because Indians and the many strain of the bacteria will be resistant in India because of the heavy consumption of antibiotics. And then it will be very easy to infect, to spread any kind of bacteria. And then where you will stop. And this kind of infection will lead to, at least will lead to an endemic in India. And we are very close to that situation. Every day we are reaching that stage, consuming antibiotics without knowing what kind of causative agent is there. We are consuming any antibiotics that we can get it from the counter. Even the doctors prescribe antibiotics without confirmation because the bacterial culture takes longer time. So here a good science need to be promoted. We have a scientific solution, but nobody is trying to take it. We have a scientific solution that that the culture time can be reduced and you can have a result in 6 to 8 hours, and then you can decide which bacterial infection you have, and then you give the exact antibiotic. But this is not happening. So these are the situation which I'm trying to make aware the government also. Yeah, please do something for the people. This is not for my interest. Yeah, the stress factor that is in India, that is prevalent in India, is leading to severe mental disorders. Please reduce the stress factors. That is my simple request. As a person, I will be residing in Germany. I will be away from these stress factors. Yeah, but the cities and people of my country are suffering. So at the end, India is losing something. So I'm trying to educate them and trying to convince them to do something, in the favor of people. But you see, the scientific understanding of the government and the receptive power of the government is completely unbelievable. It's completely unbelievable. Yeah. So this is the sorry state of affairs that is
Because last time also you have been very candid in the tests being adopted for corona, how they are becoming false positive because of lack of trained personnel, and those false positives are making the people primary contacts and all to take azithromycin like antibiotics as preventive, along with so many vitamins. How do you look at this scenario?
Azithromycin has led to severe heart diseases to many people. Many people have suffered severe heart diseases, even up to a severe coronary artery blockages has happened after taking this azithromycin. That's why I am very categorically saying the medicines are not for prevention. Medicines are taken only after disease happens, because medicines have active compound, and these active compounds act on the causative agent of the disease. So unless and until there is a disease, the medicine is as dangerous as any poison. It can lead to any adverse effect because these are the active compounds. They will act on your body, and they can do any severe side effects which you even can't imagine. Yeah. So medicines are for treatment. There is no preventive medicines, and vaccines are for prevention. Vaccines are given to so that you have antibodies against the virus or against the bacteria for which the vaccine is given, so that in future if you are infected with this kind of virus or bacteria, then your body will have a natural immunity to prevent the occurrence of the disease. So this is prevention. This is not given after a disease. So people have to clearly, many people say medicine hi to aa gaya, but this is not medicine. So that's why we are again categorically saying, in spite of whatever the efficacy of this vaccine, you have to continue with the same precaution that you are continuing. India should continue with the same precaution and the good life that you have adopted. You should continue with this, because this is just a preventive. This is not, if somebody will have corona or COVID-19, then this vaccine is is of no use after having the disease. Then your body has to face it. Your body will have to generate the antibodies, and if your antibodies are well enough to counter it, then you will be safe. Otherwise, you may land in a serious problem. So that's why people have to really understand prevention and treatment. So medicines are not for prevention. Medicines, any medicine, any medicine, HCQ, azithromycin, whatever medicine you know in during this pandemic, they are for treatment. If some disease will happen, then the medicines are prescribed. And medicines are invented after the occurrence of the disease. If the medicines would have been invented before, then could have medicines for COVID-19 as well. So medicines are only developed after the disease really occurred in our life.
Right.
So this point, at last, I would try to make to understand the people that don't get misled, don't take any medicines. There are no preventive medicines for any kind of disease. Preventive measures are there. You this mask wearing, social physical distancing, these are all preventive measures. Yeah, these you should continue in spite of having all these vaccine trials or vaccination. So to be safe.
One last one, maybe it may test your patience, but how do you rate ICMR, even Indian Medical Association? They were saying, we have spoken to WHO, we have spoken to them. How can these scientific bodies, including Union Health Ministry, DCGI, how can these bodies escape? Is there no data, without scientific validation? How can they allow the executive head to make the statements to convince the people? Is it science, or is it vaccine manufacturers' Forbes agenda behind this at the cost of suffering public lives?
I mean, ICMR has done many blunders. So this is, I will say, I hope this is the last blunder that they should do, because ICMR has lost some kind of credibility. If you remember, the first blunder ICMR did, ICMR gave these preventive medicines, to the health workers. And at that time, I have written, please, there are no preventive medicines. And then they realized that all the health workers, they were given SCQ and they have a severe side effect. So this was the first something non-scientific thing they did it. Then they, if you remember, they said rapid antigen test will not be used for the as a diagnostic tool. But what happened later? ICMR chief came and he said that rapid antigen test will not be used, and then they purchased millions of kits from the China, and then later when they were faulty, they were returned back. So these kind of blunder ICMR has been keep on doing. So I'm not surprised that something this time also ICMR has taken some non-scientific decisions. So I'm literally not surprised. I'm literally not surprised. And this really has deteriorated the credibility of premier scientific institution, because not only India, everybody from the world is watching what they are doing. One day you are saying rapid antigen kits will not be allowed. Second day you are allowing. Third day you are taking it back and criticizing China. What is this kind of nonsense going on? Then you don't know what you have to do, or there is, or you are under the influence of some whatever forces. I don't know, that you have to change your decision and you have to purchase this kind of millions of kits, 40 kits. And at that situation, when the world has returned all these kits back to China, then why you purchased all these kits, and why you wasted so much of public money? So these kind of blunders ICMR has been doing. The list is very long. ICMR has been doing. That's why I was forced to write to the Prime Minister, to the Parliamentary Committee, and to the newspaper Hindu Business Line. Why they have published this article? Because in the larger, reform your institutions, make it a true scientific body, yeah, and make the scientific institution up to that international mark that you can prevent this. My suggestions are not for current pandemic. These suggestions are as valuable as a life of a person. So this can save the life of the country. How to save the future pandemic? I have given something there. What kind of institutions you need, what kind of scientific body you need, what kind of medical commission you need, and what kind of, how to integrate all the scientific bodies. They are completely disintegrated. And how to create a second line of medical defense for India to face this kind of pandemic. All these have been accepted by Ministry of Home Affairs, everybody, but there is no final uh, deliberation on this. I hope at some point of time some scientific understanding will prevail, and the government will take a bold decision to implement these kind of. The biggest problem is the receptive. If you're receptive power to understand the thing, the scientific, if you don't have the understanding, then you don't realize the value of the thing. So this is the problem. Now I can easily say, I go to secretary, I go to minister, they don't understand the scientific things, and if they don't understand, they will undervalue it, and the undervaluation, you see the outcome. So this is the problem.
Right. So you mean to say the antiviral, it is a virus. They say it is antiviral, but antibacterial, antiparasital drugs are being prescribed as preventive. And this is because of lack of science, knowledge, and they don't have any value for human lives in India. You mean to say is that health science has been overtaken by political science? One last passing comment.
So they don't really understand. They really don't understand. They speak in a layman language, and they just say anything can happen just because of their lack of scientific understanding. So there is the problem. Yeah. And in India, in such a huge population, if any mishappens, nobody is going to take you accountable, and nobody is going to take you liable for this. So that's why they are also encouraged. Yeah. But one thing is very clear: the scientific understanding, the depth of scientific understanding that the government should this time exhibit, they have completely failed to do that. ICMR has done so many blunders at so many instances that the list is so long.
Right.
Yeah. So we can talk about this, but this is not the solution. What is the solution? What you should do,
Right.
and what India should do for future. So
Right.
here I have thought that India as a country, as a government will wake up, and they will become more scientific. But unfortunately, even at the fag end of this pandemic, the things are not happening in that scientific way, which it should have happened. And the responsibility is definitely of the scientific body and the government institutions, because they are the executive body.
The responsibility is on the scientific bodies and the government because they are the executive bodies. Hope the executives, the government, and as well as scientific bodies are listening to this. Now, let me wind up saying thanks to you, sir. It is sordid affairs. We are very clear. We have seen how people in the name of health science, vaccine science, have entered Forbes list. I'm a doctor by profession. No jealousy against anyone. He is the best molecular immunologist one can have in the world because he speaks science. He speaks science in such a way a commoner can understand. How can, whether it is Serum Institute of India or Bharat Biotech, how can they just lay claim on this stating that this is a vaccine when Honorable Prime Minister of India has announced it? Because it is health science being overtaken by political science, and who is mastering it? Is it because these companies want to go richer? Is it the reputation of Serum Institute of India, or for that matter Bharat Biotech, or for anyone else should be taken precedence over scientific validation? Why scientific validation? Because vaccine is used for prevention. To prevent disease, you need vaccine. But if you need a vaccine, it has to go through the scientific validation of so many trials and the data. And that data has to be conferred, reconferred by the experts before it is given the designated status as vaccine, as prevention for that particular disease. So already people are diseased. When such is the case, in the name of prevention, in the name of vaccine, shall we add to the diseased conditions at the cost of making these manufacturers go rich, enter Forbes list, and foray into many other disciplines at the cost of public life, precious human lives, at the cost of accountability and transparency, because it is public money in the form of tax which runs the government, all these scientific bodies. So they are answerable, they are responsible because they are executing it. How can they rush? Where is the emergency? Where is such type of serious situation in India when people are limping back to herd immunity? And again, the false positives, adding to that so many vitamins and prevention as antibiotics, as you rightly said. Tomorrow, what if we become microbial resistance? India definitely has to understand, the governments, at least now, including the scientific bodies, should open their minds. People of India, as you rightly pointed out, question, he has made it very clear, placebo is also administered along with this for trial. They are very categorical, stating that all those hi-fi people are they not taking placebo instead of vaccine, and that innocent citizens are being forced to take vaccine for third stage of trial. Is this prevention or further complicating the people already suffering and already into stressful conditions, as he rightly pointed out? More than 1 year, jobs lost, economically they have become very poor, while the market rates have skyrocketed of essential commodities, including education of their wards, and add health, add vaccination. I think it is mind boggling. India has to take the call. The people, you should become aware. There is no question of reputation taking precedence over science or scientific validation, because we, the people of India, have submitted constitution to ourselves. 26th Jan Republic Day is much nearer to us now. Today is 18th. Now let us become aware. Let us start questioning in the right sense, without enmity towards an individual, nor animosity towards any party or organizations. That has been the tagline of Dr. TSPR show and channel. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Have a safe journey back to Germany.
All the best. Yeah, I wish all the best to all the people who are taking this action. Yeah, I hope the situation like other countries should not arise in India in spite of all our reservations.
Yep.
It should go well. Better situations should prevail, and better sense should also prevail. That I will say. Thank you very much.
I'll
Thank
say,
you very much once again.
I'll just say, Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.